So in the previous video, I talked about Martin Luther King's Sun in Capricorn, and to sort of recap the main points of Capricorn, you'll always hear the words dignity, hard work, keeping your eye on the prize. You know, Capricorn is about doing what's right and merging your inner personality with your public identity. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is hard. Saturn is demanding, demands total commitment and dedication. Archetypes of Saturn range from, on the more negative side, constriction, limitation, blockage, death, to great works, accomplishment. Saturn is correlated with the skeletal system, with standing upright, okay? So yeah, Saturn can be a bit intimidating, but wherever Saturn lies in your chart, there's a potential for your great work in this life. With Saturn in Sagittarius, it's not enough to connect the dots of whatever you've learned and say, okay, this is my point of view. But you really have to walk your talk. Sagittarius is very much about what are the principles that I'm going to live by? What do I believe in? Sagittarius seeks the truth and asks the big questions. And here we see Martin Luther King, the preacher, the Baptist minister, right, whose great work is to live by his principles. Let's look at the opposition from Saturn to that Mars in Gemini. Because when we look at every two opposite signs, we have 12 signs divided by 6, so we're always going to have two signs that oppose each other, have to do with the same subject, but from two different angles, as it were. And the axis of Sagittarius Gemini is the axis of knowledge. Martin Luther King was incredibly knowledgeable, and in a thorough way he could recite philosophy, poetry, of course the scriptures, the Bible by heart, and he really knew his material. Now, Gemini has to do with communication, finding your voice. We see Mars here. Mars is very assertive. And then you have Saturn backing that up with that gravitas of knowledge, right? What principles are you going to live by to the end? The truth, the way that you see justice. He sacrificed his life for that truth, for the fact that inequality is unjust.